A client sits down in your treatment room, visibly frustrated with their breakouts, and asks, "Why does this keep happening?" You know the answer is complex. You know it involves hormones, it involves bacteria, it involves oil production and inflammation, and probably a dozen lifestyle factors. So you start explaining, and somewhere around the third sentence, you watch her eyes just kind of glaze over. Now, it's not that she doesn't want to listen, she's just overwhelmed. My name's Terry Telford, and acne is the most common skin condition you'll see in the treatment room. It's also the most emotionally charged. Your clients that are dealing with breakouts don't just feel frustrated, they feel like they've failed. They've tried everything, and when nothing works, they stop trusting everybody, including you. So here's the truth. Your ability to explain acne clearly isn't just a nice skill. It's the foundation of client trust. So when you can walk someone through what's actually happening in their skin in language that makes sense, you remove the shame. You reframe acne from a personal failing into a biological process. Now today we're breaking down the real science of acne, and more importantly, we're building a language toolkit that you can use in your treatment room starting tomorrow. In fact, depending on what time of day it is, it could start for you today. Now acne isn't one thing, it's actually 4 things happening in sequence. Number 1 is a clog, number 2 is oil production, number 3 is bacteria, and number 4 is inflammation. These 4 players are all working inside the pilosebaceous unit. Now that's your hair follicle, the oil gland, and the pore opening. Think of it as a tiny tunnel running from deep in your skin up to the surface. When everything works normally, oil travels up the tunnel and exits through the pore. Breakouts happen when that tunnel gets disrupted. So let's look at each player in detail. Number 1 is the clog. Inside every follicle, you've got skin cells called keratinocytes. Normally they shed one at a time and they exit with oil flow. Now in acne-prone skin, something changes. These cells get sticky. They clump together instead of shedding individually. And suddenly, you've got a physical plug at the base of the pore. Now here's how I explain it to clients. You can start off by saying, imagine a narrow hallway where people walk single file. Now everyone links arm in arm and stops moving. Traffic backs up, nothing gets through, and that's what's happening in the follicle. Now this is critical. Acne doesn't start with bacteria or oil, it starts with this cellular traffic jam. The clients think their skin is dirty or oily, but they don't realize the real problem is happening at the cellular level, where they can't actually see it. Now player number 2 is our oil production. So behind the plug, the sebaceous gland keeps producing oil, and it doesn't stop just because there's a traffic jam. Now oil production is driven by hormones, specifically androgens like testosterone. So that's why acne flares during puberty, menstrual cycles, and periods of stress. So when more oil is produced than the blocked follicle can handle, the tunnel fills up. You get a visible bump, and clients call it a whitehead. Dermatologists call it a closed comedone. It's the same thing. Now here's the analogy that I use. Imagine a kitchen sink with a clogged drain. The faucet keeps running, the sink is filling up, but the difference is in your skin, the backup is happening inside the follicle where you can't see the buildup until it reaches the surface. Now this is where a lot of estheticians make a little mistake. They tell the clients to stop using oil on their face, but the oil they're producing comes from the inside. It's hormonal. You can't wash it away. So what you do is help their skin function better so the follicle doesn't plug in the first place. So that brings us to player number 3 and 4, which is bacteria and inflammation. They work very much hand in hand. Now we've got a plugged, oil-filled follicle. The environment inside is low in oxygen, and bacteria, called Cutibacterium acnes, thrives in that environment, and the bacteria population explodes. So here's what I tell clients. Bacteria aren't invaders from the outside. They live on everybody's skin all the time. They're not the problem until there's a clogged follicle, and that becomes their perfect home. Once the bacteria multiply, your immune system recognizes the situation and responds with inflammation. And that's when you get the redness, the swelling, and the tenderness. And that's when a microcomedone becomes a visible pimple. Now here's the difference between fighting acne and supporting clear skin. Now fighting means stripping. You use harsh treatments, you dry out the skin, you burn off the top layer. So your clients get temporary improvement, but then the problems rebound. Their barrier gets compromised. So supporting clear skin means working with your client's skin function. You balance oil production, you maintain barrier health, you reduce inflammation, and you're not battling their skin, you're helping it do its job better. So the Deneva approach is about sustainable wellness, not aggressive intervention. So if a client says, my skin is just so oily, you can say, your body is producing oil, which is normal. The problem isn't the oil itself, it's that your follicles are getting clogged. So the oil backs up instead of moving out. It's simple, it's accurate, and it's not scary. So if they say, I have bacteria on my face, you can correct the assumption gently by saying bacteria lives on everybody's skin. The issue is, when a follicle gets plugged, the bacteria multiplies in the little enclosed space, and that's what's causing the inflammation that you see. If they happen to say something about their diet or dirty pillowcases, don't dismiss them. Those myths are still floating around. So you acknowledge them and just redirect. So you can say diet and cleanliness can play a small role, but the real drivers are the cellular function, the hormones, the bacteria, the colonization inside the follicle. And that's what we need to address. So really very simple things to help put your client's mind at ease. Now, when you explain acne clearly, you don't need aggressive product recommendations. Your authority comes from clarity. Clients listen because they finally understand what's actually happening. And when you do recommend a product, it's a natural next step for the client because they understand why you're making the recommendation. So if you want the full breakdown, including how to customize your approach for different acne presentations, the full blog post is linked below, and it's got more detail than we can really cover here. And you can also share it with your clients. So thank you for watching this entire tutorial. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring you more tutorials. And if you're already part of the Deneva community, check your inbox for the trade resources that we built specifically for estheticians like you.